بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. In Munyat al-Murid, there is a chapter in the first section about the manners of teachers and learners. The chapter 4 is about the need for sincerity في لزوم الإخلاص من الآثار وكلام الأنبياء. What has been transmitted to us from the sayings of the prophets about the need for sincerity of intention. So the first hadith that we have here is عن النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم أن موسى عليه السلام لقي الخضر عليه السلام فقال أوصني. Musa alayhi salam met Khidr alayhi salam and said, please give me advice me, أوصني, give me wasiya, advice. فقال الخضر يا طالب العلم. Something very important, and all the students and teachers also should remember this point, and also speakers. Ya talib al-ilm, O seeker of knowledge. Innal qa'ila aqallu malalatan min al-mustami'. Truly the speaker is less bored than the listener. You know, when someone speaks, for example, a student speaks to other students, like you have mubahasa, or when a teacher speaks, a speaker, lecturer, it is true that the one who speaks consumes more physical energy and may get physically tired. For example, sometime after 1 hour of teaching, you get tired, or even sooner, depending on, your health and, how much energy you put in your teaching. But mentally and psychologically, the listener can get bored sooner. So if you are teaching, you should not consider only your condition. You should also consider the people who are in your class or the audience who are listening to you. Don't get them bored. إن القائل أقل ملالة من المستمع. The speaker is less bored than the listener. فلا تمل جلساءك إذا حدثتهم. So do not bore or make bored your companions. Julasa is the plural for jalis. Jalis is the one who sits with you. Like when you have mubahisa or classmates, the people who are sitting with you, discussing, listening. Don't make them bored إذا حدثتهم, when you speak to them. So we should be always conscious of the capacity of the people. Of course, we shouldn't go also to extreme, because nowadays, unfortunately, people try to make everything short, lectures short, majalis short, classes short. Then you would not be able to deliver a message properly if everything becomes short. Educational side becomes weak. So you have to find the balance And we as community need to train ourselves for serious listening. We should develop this habit. Like, you go to university, you have classes for 100 minutes, 90 minutes, then class, another after class. If you want to learn, you have to train yourself for serious listening and active listening. And if you are active in your listening, you will get less bored than just sitting and listening and doing nothing, not taking any note, not having any preparation, not doing any discussion afterwards. So we should find a balance, but as one factor, we should observe this point that the listeners are more likely to get bored or earlier in getting bored than the speaker. وَعْلَمْ, Khidr alayhi salam also said Musa alayhi salam, إِنَّ قَلْبَكَ or أَنَّ قَلْبَكَ وِعَاءٌ فَانْظُرْ مَاذَا تَحْشُو بِهِ وِعَاءَكَ. Truly your heart is a container. So be careful and watch what you fill with your container. If you have a plate, if you have a mug, if you have a pot, you don't put everything inside this. First of all, you need this to be available for something that you need to eat. Secondly, you want to make sure that there is no pollution, no dirt coming to your pot or your glass or plate. Heart is more important than a container. You have to be careful. What are you going to put in your heart? وَعْلَمْ أَنَّ قَلْبَكَ وِعَاءٌ. Your heart is a container. فَانْظُرْ مَاذَا تَحْشُو بِهِ وِعَاءَكَ. So watch what you fill with your container. What are you going to put in this and fill it? وَعْرَفَ الدُّنْيَا وَانْبِذْهَا وَرَاءَكَ. Try to know dunya, have a very good understanding of dunya, but not in order to go after it. Understand dunya and its multiple branches and facets. Sometimes we think dunya is only money. Dunya is not only money. Money maybe is the easiest aspect of dunya to understand, but it's not only money. There are many different aspects to dunya. And you have to know dunya with its complexity. But after that, وَانْبِذْهَا وَرَاءَكَ. Have ma'rifah, good understanding, deep understanding of dunya and personal understanding, but then throw dunya behind yourself. It's like someone who knows his enemies so that he can protect himself or herself against the enemy. Know dunya, but not to go after it. No, to protect yourself against it. وَانْبِذْهَا وَرَاءَكَ. And throw it behind you. فَإِنَّهَا لَيْسَتْ لَكَ بِدَارٍ وَلَا لَكَ فِيهَا مَحَلُّ قَرَارٍ. Dunya is not for you a house, a home. And dunya is not a place of qarar, of settlement. So basically dunya is not a place for remaining and settling down. It's a place for going through. It's a passage. It's a corridor. It's a path, not a destination, not home, not a place for settlement. وَإِنَّهَا, but don't think dunya is a bad thing altogether. If you misuse dunya and have wrong attitude to dunya, it's not the problem of dunya. Dunya, for the purpose that has been created, is great. For the same purpose that Allah has created dunya, it's great. And there is no replacement for it. There is no alternative for it. We need dunya, but we should have proper understanding, proper approach to dunya. So it's not a home, it's not a place that you would have settlement. وَإِنَّهَا جُعِلَتْ بُلْغَةً لِلْعِبَادِ. Dunya has been made a place for servants of Allah to take their provision from it. لِيَتَزَوَّدُوا مِنْهَا لِلْمَعَادِ. So it's a place that you can use it to reach your destination. Like a station. In the middle of journey, you have to go through a station, fill your tank, buy something, energize yourself, refresh yourself. If needed, make some rest. But then don't forget that you have to continue. This is just something for a short period of time to be ready to continue. So dunya has been made something for us that we can use to reach and to take provision from it for our akhirah, for our resurrection. Then Khidr alayhi salam said, Ya Musa, وَطِّن نَفْسَكَ عَلَى الصَّبْرِ تَلْقَ الْحُلُمِ. Very beautiful. O Musa, make yourself ready for patience. Prepare yourself for patience. There is no way for success unless you go through difficulties and challenges, and you need therefore patience. Nothing great can be achieved without patience. So, وَطِّن نَفْسَكَ. Tawtin means to prepare. As Imam Hussein alayhi salam said in Mecca, Man kana muvattinan ala liqa'illahi nafsah. Whoever is prepared to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has prepared himself for meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man kana badilan fina muhjatah wa muvattinan ala liqa'illahi nafsah. فَلْيَرْحَلْ مَعْنَا فَإِنِّي رَاحِلٌ مُصْبِحًا إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهِ. Someone who is ready to give his blood and has prepared himself for meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should travel with us. Inshallah, I am traveling tomorrow. This is what Imam Hussein said. Made it very clear that his journey would end with martyrdom and not worldly success. So you have to be prepared for that. So Khidr alayhi salam says, Musa, watten, tawtin means prepare. Nafsaka, prepare yourself, your soul, ala sabra, for patience. If you do so, talqal hulum. Hulum is different from hilm. hulum and ahlam means, you know, what you, because we have, you know, ahlam meaning intellect, understanding, and hulum means your ideals, your dreams, your desires, your wishes. So if you want to reach your ideals, your aims, you must prepare yourself for sabr. And if you want to be aiming at higher levels of perfection, you need more sabr. If you want to be with Muhammad and al Muhammad in dunya and akhirah, you need great sabr and patience. Because even them, with all the qualities that they had to be patient. They had to suffer and remain patient. If there were people who could reach perfection without suffering, without sabr, they should have been those people. If just being good and doing good, doing your wajibat, refraining from haram was enough, so they should have been able to reach perfection without suffering. But it's not possible. You do wajibat, you refrain from haram, you try to be a good person, but also you need to be patient, because you have to go through calamities and difficulties and tests and trials. That's the most advanced class. That's the most advanced grade. Do you want to leave your training half the way, or you want to graduate? If you want to graduate from the school that Allah has set up, which has from the basic level to the highest level of perfection, if you want to graduate or reach highest levels, be ready for suffering. Because little by little, your resemblance with dunya would become less, and your resemblance with malakut becomes more. You would be less natural and physical and more spiritual and immaterial. So more and more dunya would be a narrow and limited and uncomfortable place for you. And the people of dunya would be more and more showing that they don't appreciate you, and they would not be able to be very good friends for you. Be ready for loneliness or having very limited, very loyal friends. So, a mu'min in his journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may find his stay in dunya more and more uncomfortable, to the point that he may just wish to move faster towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what keeps him in dunya is that he is pleased with Allah's decision. And he knows that no matter what he feels or she feels, he or she has duties to observe and has more need and greater need for provision. So, we cannot go anywhere higher without patience. But if you have patience, the good news is this, that if you have patience, you will succeed. If someone has been patient and has not succeeded, then you can come and complain. But I don't think you will find anyone who has been patient, actively patient, and has not reached higher levels of self-building, self-improvement, and perfection. Of course, it's not that people all are at the same stage, with the same understanding, with the same aims. No, people are different. But I can assure you that no one has lost with patience. No one situation remained the same or worse, became worse by patience. Certainly patience helps you and takes you further. But you have to have also other factors. You need knowledge, you need dua, you need tabassul, you need connection. There are other factors. But for any person, in any circumstances, patience is a key to success. And with patience, you will never remain in the same position or go lower. Always helps you. So, وَاتَّ نَفْسَكَ عَلَى الصَّبْرِ تَلْقَى الْحُلُمِ.